right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Sophia, and I'm so excited to be here tonight and to share this incredible, literally life changing information with all of you on our company called Trevorium. So, today I'm going to be showing you how it's possible to travel more, travel better, travel for a lot less, and of course, how you can also make an extra passive income in the travel industry. And then immediately following this Zoom presentation, we are going to do a live platform demonstration where I'm going to take you to our 4 booking platforms and do a live demonstration of how the platforms work, just so you can all see the savings and the value of what a Trevorium travel membership gives us. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, a little background on our company and who we are. Trevorium was founded in 2013, so we're not brand new. We're not a startup. We have been in business for over 13 years. The company is rock solid and has a very successful track record. This is a family-owned business. Our CEO and founder is David Hart and his wife Adela, who you see pictured on the screen. We're currently open in 80 plus countries, continuing to grow and expand. The company is absolutely debt-free, paid out millions of dollars in commissions just over the last couple years. And we have offices on 3 continents, but the main office we have is located in Temecula, California, as this is an American company. So what services do we offer? We offer wholesale priced travel bookings. You can save money booking your resorts, hotels, cruises, car rentals, tickets for different theme parks, attractions, museums, aquariums. You can book tours, excursions, activities, and of course, all kinds of entertainment. What are the benefits of our travel program? Our members earn travel points every single month. And these are travel points we then exchange for 1 to 2 vacations yearly. So Trevorium is like our travel savings piggy bank. We set aside a little bit of money every single month that we can then exchange for 1 to 2 incredible vacations every single year that we could book at the best possible rate. We also have an amazing referral program that I'm going to share more about today, where we could earn free travel points. We could book our travel anytime, anywhere around the world at wholesale prices and save up to 70% on our travel bookings. And of course, we have a business opportunity as well, where you could build a home-based business in the travel industry and earn an extra passive income. So how much is our travel membership and what exactly does it provide? We have 3 different levels of membership. We call these the small, the medium, and the one everyone actually goes with because it gives us the most value and the most savings. So the first plan we have is called Silver. This one is $70 one time and then $52.50 a month starting month 2. With Silver, we have access to booking travel anytime, anywhere around the world at wholesale rates. We have access to 2 travel sites if you've ever booked on sites like Expedia or Booking. And these travel sites give us access to wholesale prices when we book our travel. So we could save up to 70% on our bookings. And we also earn 3% cash back from anything that we ever book. The second plan we have is called Titanium. This one is $150 one time and then $75 a month starting month 2. With Titanium, we have access to the 2 travel booking sites where we book at wholesale prices, and that $75 a month is converted into 150 travel points. So as a Titanium member, you get travel points for every single dollar the membership costs you, and you get to exchange these travel points for 1 vacation a year every single year. As a Titanium member, you can book a trip every 11 to 12 months and save up to 50% off of the retail rate. And then, of course, Platinum is by far the best plan that Trivorium has to offer. This one gives us the most value, the most savings, access to top tier pricing, and that's why it's our most popular plan today. So Platinum is $270 one time, and then $135 a month starting month 2. With Platinum, we have access to the 2 travel sites where we book our travel anytime, anywhere around the world at wholesale prices. And that $135 a month is converted into 270 travel points. So as a Platinum member, you can book a trip with your travel points every 5.5 to 6.5 months. And Platinum gives us top tier pricing. So when you exchange your points for those vacations, you're saving up to 80% off of the retail rate. So this is why Platinum is the most popular plan we have available. It gives us 2 vacations a year versus 1, and the best possible wholesale rates we could get. We're not a timeshare company, so we're not going to check your credit. We don't have any contracts or commitments and no blackout dates, which means we can literally book and travel anytime, 24/7, 365 days a year. We also have the opportunity to be a partner in Trivorium, and this allows us to utilize our referral program and also build a business within the company if we choose to do so. So to be a partner, it's only $100 that we pay annually. And if you're a partner, you can utilize our amazing referral program where if all you do is refer 3 customers to the company, 3 people that want to save big time money on travel, guess what? Trivorium starts to pay you a passive income commission, and this commission offsets the cost of your membership. So you're automatically in profitability. You're automatically earning more from your commissions than the membership would have initially cost you. And you're still going to have access to all of the same perks, the same savings, benefits, access to wholesale prices. And of course, you're still going to continue receiving your travel points every single month, but now your membership and your travel points are going to be at no cost to you out of pocket. And I love our referral program because we don't have to refer 3 customers every week or every month or even every year. But once you refer 3 customers to Trivorium, you are not going to have to worry about paying your monthly membership cost again. And that's just absolutely incredible. So where can your travel points be used? What kind of trips can you book with them? We have 2 different websites, 2 different platforms where we can use our points. And I'm going to be showing you guys these platforms right after the Zoom presentation so you can see exactly how they work. You could see the savings and the value that the membership gives us. The first website where we can use our travel points is called World Tours. And this year we had over 100 different destinations for us to choose from. These are all only luxury 4- and 5-star hotels and resorts. They're located here in the United States and several countries all around the world. And this platform works kind of like a calendar. You select the month when you want to take a trip, and every month of the year, we have anywhere from 8 to 20 different trips that we could book with our travel points. So I'll show you a couple examples. These are some of the most popular trips that we have right now on the World Tours platform here in the United States. You could book a 5-day stay in Las Vegas. Once you've applied your travel points as a Platinum member, you're only paying $19 plus tax out of pocket after your points are applied. Now, this is not $19 per night. This is not $19 per person. This is for the entire 5-day stay for 2 adults. This is a luxury brand new 5-star hotel, and this is for the entire stay. How about Hawaii? You can book a trip for 5 days. Once you've applied your accumulated travel points, it's $499 plus tax for the entire 5-day stay. 5-star oceanfront property. Your breakfast is included daily for 2 adults. How about New York? This is a 5-star hotel, 5-day stay, breakfast also included. Once you've applied your travel points, it's $399 plus tax that you would pay out of pocket once your points are applied. We have several world tours in other countries available as well. Some popular ones right now are Venice, Italy. You could book a trip for $249 plus tax after applying your travel points. This is 5 days, 5-star hotel. It includes breakfast, a glass factory tour on Moreno Island for both adults, as well as transportation. You're going to get the boat shuttle from the hotel, from the airport to the hotel and back. We have a world tour to Dubai for $1 plus tax after you've applied your travel points. So get this, if I referred 3 customers to Trivorium, right, and I'm not paying anything for my membership, I'm receiving free travel points every single month. When I book this week-long trip to Dubai, I'm literally paying $1 plus tax for the entire stay. This is a 4-star hotel, breakfast included, for 2 adults. Y'all know you can't even buy anything for $1 at the dollar store anymore. So this is just absolutely mind-blowing. We have all-inclusive world tours as well. One of them is Montego Bay, Jamaica. This is a 5-day stay, 5-star oceanfront resort, all inclusive, all of your food, drinks, room services included. Only $579 plus tax once you've applied your accumulated travel points. Now, let's say that you are a brand new member and you have not yet accumulated your travel points, or maybe you've already spent all of your travel points booking another trip. Well, you could still book any of these world tours anytime, even with no travel points applied whatsoever, because you could book at the wholesale rate and still save up to 80% on your bookings. We also have a second website, a second platform where we can use our travel points. This website is called Getaways, and we have access to over 2,000 properties worldwide on this site. It works very differently from World Tours. We put in where we're going and what month of the year we'd like to go, and it's going to show us all of the options where we can go with our accumulated travel points. And again, I'm going to show you guys a platform demonstration today. So we're going to look at World Tours. We're going to look at the Getaways so you can see how the platform works, so you can see how much money you can save booking at wholesale rates. But the other cool thing about this platform is that it's not just hotels and resorts, although we do have those on here as well, but we have a lot of timeshare properties here that we could book, anywhere from a studio to a 4-bedroom place that we could book with our travel points for up to a week-long stay. And I'll show you a couple examples. You can book a trip to the Canary Islands in Spain, 7 nights, 8 days. And once you've applied your travel points as a platinum member, you're paying $7 plus tax out of pocket. And again, this is not per night. This is not per person. This is for the entire week-long stay for your entire family. How about Cabo San Lucas, Mexico? This is a 5-star oceanfront property. Once you've applied your accumulated travel points, you're paying $149 plus tax for the entire week-long stay for your family in a 1-bedroom suite. So this place will have a kitchen, a living room, dining room area, and a separate bedroom and bathroom area. And you're booking it for only $149. How about Orlando, Florida? If you want to take your family to Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal, Legoland, this is a 7-night, 8-day stay. And as a platinum member, once you've applied 5.5 months of your accumulated travel points, this trip will cost you $294 plus tax for the entire week-long stay. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath, full kitchen, living room, dining room. You can comfortably accommodate 10 adults in this property. And again, If you are a brand new member and you haven't accumulated enough travel points, or maybe you've already used all of your points up, that is absolutely not a problem. You could book any getaway anytime, even with no points applied whatsoever, and book at the best possible wholesale rate. So every dollar we pay for our membership, if we are a titanium or platinum member, we're not just paying for access to the savings and to the wholesale rates, but every dollar that we pay for the membership is actually converted into travel points that we can exchange for 1 or 2 vacations every single year. But on top of that, we also have 2 travel sites. So how many of you have ever booked travel on sites like Expedia or Booking or Priceline? Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. I'm sure many of you have. And we have access to 2 travel sites that work just like that, but they allow us to book at wholesale rates and save up to 70% on our bookings. So we can save up to 70% on over 3 million different hotels and resorts worldwide. We could also book cruises here, car rentals, tours, excursions, as well as entertainment. So a couple examples and price comparisons. And again, I will be going on the platforms live right after this presentation and just showing you how the site works so you could see the savings and the value firsthand. We'll compare prices. But this is an example of a 7-night, 8-day stay in Dubai. This is a 4-star hotel right in the downtown area. Our price was $1,966. Expedia's price $3,633. So this is a savings of over $1,666. So you're saving 46%. Booking the same exact hotel at the same exact dates, same exact hotel room, everything, but you're booking at the wholesale rate. So as a Travoria member, when we book at wholesale rates, we can save as much as 70% on our bookings. And also don't forget that we get 3% cash back from anything we ever book, and then we can use this cash back on any of our future bookings to save even more. This is an example of just a 1-night stay in Las Vegas. This is a 4-star hotel right on the Strip. Our price, $72.90. Expedia's price, $237. Again, same hotel, same date, same room, but you're saving $164. You're saving 69%, literally booking the same exact thing. And as a Travoria member, you're always going to be able to save up to 70% on your bookings and get that 3% cash back. We also have a second travel site that the company just launched this year. And right on the first page of this site, you're going to see a 110% best price guarantee, which means that if you book a hotel or resort and within 24 hours you happen to find it for less on any other public booking platform, just send it into Travorium and they're literally going to price match it for you, plus reimburse you 10% of that booking in the form of rewards credits that you can then use on any of your future bookings. So on this site, we get rewards credits every time we book something. It kind of works like the cash back system on the other site. We could book entire homes here at wholesale rates. If you guys are familiar with VRBO, we're going to be in contract with them very, very soon. And we're going to be able to book homes through VRBO, through Travorium, but at more favorable terms. And we have a section here called weeks. These are week-long stays. And we have all kinds of week-long stays, luxury week-long stays, all of the week-long stays. My personal favorite is weeks under $500. And I'm going to show you this platform tonight on the demonstration as well. And these are weeks that we can book anywhere from 5 to 8 day stays for less than $500 total, including the tax and the fees. And you're not using your travel points here. This is all booking at wholesale rates. I've just never seen these prices anywhere before. And then another thing I'm going to show you on this platform is we literally have a hotel and resort booking auction where you could book hotels and resorts in the United States and a couple other countries at really great wholesale prices. But you could also place your bid and your offer on how much you're willing to pay for these particular hotels and resorts. So it's literally an online hotel and resort booking auction. So how is this possible that Trivorium gives us access to booking at wholesale rates, that we have such an incredible referral program? How is the company making money to also pay us an extra passive income, right? These are all great questions. I'm glad you asked. So Trivorium has a completely different business model than the other travel booking sites. If you guys have never heard of this before, all of the booking sites that we know about and use today, sites like Expedia, Booking, Priceline, Hotwire, did you know that every single one of these sites, they're all actually owned by one of two companies? That's right, they're all owned by either Expedia or Booking. So Expedia and Booking bought all of these sites out, and the way that they operate is they buy travel at wholesale rates and then resell to you and I at the retail rate. So they mark up travel and they make money reselling travel. In Trivorium, our company does not make money reselling travel. Our company makes money from the sale of a membership, and this membership allows us to book our travel at wholesale rates. Kind of like a Costco or a Sam's Club membership allows us to buy our groceries at wholesale prices. So same concept here. But in order for Expedia and Booking to buy travel for one price and then resell for a lot more, they have to spend a lot of money on advertisement. So last year, these companies spent over $14 billion on advertising. That's over 70% of their profit. In Trivorium, we don't advertise anywhere. We're a private travel booking club, and our company takes that marketing and advertising budget and distributes it among our members. So if all we do is go out and refer 3 customers, Trivorium will gladly cover our monthly membership cost, and any customers that we refer beyond those first initial 3 also gives us an opportunity to earn an extra passive income. So you can become a partner in Trivorium and not just save money on your travel bookings, not just refer 3 customers and earn free travel points that you can exchange on 2 vacations yearly, but you could also build a business within Trivorium and literally make money showing others how they can save money on travel. So to be a partner in Trivorium, it's only $100 that we pay annually. And Trivorium gives us everything we need to run our business, whether all you want to do is refer 3 customers or you want to build a business and earn an income in the company. So they're going to give you a website. They give you marketing videos that you could share with others. We have free training and support. We have Zoom webinars that you can log into and learn how to use the booking platforms, learn how to build a successful and profitable business for yourself and the company. And we have all of the tax advantages and savings of a home-based business owner in the travel industry. So travel is by far the largest industry in the world. It's actually bigger than the food, gas, and oil industries combined. And Trivorium gives us an opportunity to participate and make money in this industry. This is a business of dreams because, of course, everyone loves traveling. And who wouldn't want to save money doing so? It's easy to explain. It's fun to do. This is a home-based business, meaning you can work from the comfort of your home or from any device anywhere around the world. And my favorite part about the Trevorium business model is that we earn passive income. So Warren Buffett once said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And unfortunately, this is the brutal truth. But I think this is also what made him one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, because he knows what he's talking about. And Trevorium gives us an opportunity to make an extra passive income. So how do you get into profitability right away, where you earn free travel points and you are having a monthly membership cost that is covered by the company and not costing you anything out of pocket? Well, to get into profitability, all you need is to refer just 3 customers. So 3 people that want to save money on travel, 3 people that want to earn money in the travel industry, or both. Now, when you refer 3 customers, you have to place them into your list of customers. Trevorium has a binary compensation plan because they can't pay all of the members of the company just for being a member of Trevorium. So they created a binary system to easily determine who's just using the membership for themselves, who's here to just refer 3 customers, and who's here to actually build a business with the intention of earning a passive income. So when you refer 3 customers, you're going to place one of them on one side of this list of customers and 2 customers on the other side of this list of customers. So it's a chart that's split in half. You're going to put 2 customers on one side and 1 customer on the other side. And it's totally up to you how you do this. So immediately the next day, you're going to see $4.45 in your Trevorium account. This is passive income that the company starts paying you every single day, including weekends and holidays. So over the course of a month, this is $137. And then Trevorium takes this commission and uses it to cover your monthly membership cost. So again, you're automatically in profitability. You're now earning in commissions more than what the membership would have initially cost you. And you're earning free travel points that you can exchange for 2 incredible vacations with your family every single year. On top of that, you're also going to earn a one-time $50 commission bonus for every single customer that joins through your referral link in any of the 80 plus countries where we're open for business. Although right now, we do have a bonus going on, a bonus promotion. So right now you actually earn $100 for every single customer that you ever refer in any of the 80 plus countries where we're open for business. And that's really, really cool. But Trevorium also gives us an opportunity not to just have our membership covered and not to just earn free travel points, as amazing as that is, but to also earn an extra passive income. And not just from the customers that we personally refer to Trevorium, but from every single customer, every single referral in our entire team. So the first level where you could start getting paid is called 1-star director. This is if you personally refer just 4 customers to Trevorium and you have a total of 16 customers in your team. Now, if you're wondering how I got from 4 to 16, don't freak out. You did not go out and refer 16 customers on your own. This is teamwork. So this is every single referral within your team. For example, you refer 4 customers. You put 2 of them in the left column, 2 of them in the right column, and each of these people go out and refer just 3 customers each. So that's going to give you a total of 16 customers, 8 in the left and 8 in the right. And at this level, Trevorium will start paying you $10 passive income every single day. This is $300 a month passively, $700 plus a month with bonuses, $3,600 to $8,000 a year in extra passive income. The next level is called two-star director. This is if we personally refer 5 customers to Trivorium and we have a total of 50 customers in our team, 25 customers in the left and in the right column. So again, we did not go out and refer 50 customers. These are all of the customers, every single referral within our team. As a two-star director, you're going to make $25 passively every single day, $750 a month in passive income, $2,000 plus a month with the additional bonuses that we earn, $9,000 to $24,000 a year in extra passive income. The next level is called 3-star director. This is if we personally refer 7 customers and have 126 customers within our team, 63 customers in the left and in the right column. At this level, Trivorium pays us $70 passive income every single day. So that's $2,100 a month passively, $3,000 plus a month with bonuses, $25,000 to $36,000 a year in extra passive income. The next level is called 4-star director. This is if we personally refer 8 customers and we have 250 customers within our team, 125 customers in the left and in the right column. At this level, the company pays us $100 passive income every single day. This is $3,100 a month in passive income alone, $4,000 plus a month with bonuses, $36,000 to $48,000 a year in extra passive income. And of course, the goal of every partner in our company that's building a business here is to reach a level we call ambassador, because this is the first 6-figure passive income level. So to be an ambassador, we have to personally refer just 9 customers and have 376 customers in our team, 188 in the left and in the right column. So at the ambassador level, the company pays $140 passively every single day. That's $4,300 a month in passive income. But the ambassador level unlocks additional bonuses that are not available on the previous levels. So at the ambassador level, this is a $8,000 to $11,000 a month passive income level. This is where you start to earn $100,000 plus a year in passive income. And again, to be an ambassador, you don't go out and refer 376 customers all on your own. I mean, you totally can if you want to. Nobody's gonna stop you, but you don't have to, because Trivorium is going to count every single customer and every single referral within your team towards your overall amount of customers. The other cool thing is one of these columns, the left or the right, you share with your sponsor, which means that from the moment you join, any customers that they bring in, they go below you into that column, and they're going to count towards your overall amount of customers as well. So for example, let's say that Diana invites Michael to join Trivorium with her, and Michael joins, and Diana puts him into her right column. And let's say a week later, Diana invites me to join Trivorium with her, and she puts me into her right column as well. Well, she's already got Michael there, so I would automatically be placed below Michael into that column. I would be in Michael's team, even though maybe he's never met me, and maybe he had absolutely nothing to do with me joining. So then when I go out and refer 20 customers like I have, even though neither Diana nor Michael know these customers, they're all going to count towards their overall amount of customers in that right column on the right side for that right team. So it's really cool that Trivorium allows us to share one team, to share one column with our sponsor, where we have mutual customers that we both benefit from. Also at the ambassador level, there are additional benefits. One of them is a yearly all expense paid vacation and additional bonuses from all of the new customers in the company. There is no limit to how many customers we can personally refer, and there is no limit to how many customers those people could also go out and refer into Trivorium. So the guy that introduced me to Trivorium, his name is Igor, and he became a 5-star ambassador in our company within 2 years. So that means he's earning $800 passively every single day. And that's not including all of the additional bonuses that he's making as well. His wife, Larissa, within these 2 years became a 3-star ambassador. So her passive income daily is $400. My husband and I have known this couple for over 15 years. They've always been very successful. They've always been traditional business owners. But in Trivorium, they were able to find not just financial freedom, but also time freedom, which is equally as important. And I'm so glad that Igor gave me a call and shared this opportunity with me. So just to give you an example of how something like this could grow, I've only introduced 20 customers to Trivorium, but I have a team of almost 1,500 customers. Fast forward now to 2 years later. And I would have never been able to go out and refer that many customers on my own, but I didn't have to because Trivorium is going to count every single customer and every single referral towards our overall amount of customers. This is a business that's willable and transferable. And that's exactly what the woman that you see pictured here with my husband and I did. This woman's name is Deborah Taylor. She joined Trivorium about 6.5 years ago with her husband. They were senior citizens looking for a way to make an extra income. They joined our company and started building a business. Within 3 years, they both reached the level where they were earning about $3,000 a month in passive income. So combined, they were bringing in an extra $6,000 a month passively. Unfortunately, Deborah's husband ended up passing away a short time afterwards, but he transferred his Trivorium business to his daughter and his granddaughters, and they're continuing to get paid every single day since the day he passed away. So obviously, people didn't stop traveling. They didn't stop sharing this opportunity with others. So a year after his death, his business reached the ambassador level in our company, and that monthly income passive check went from $3,000 a month to over 10,000 plus a month. And now fast forward to 3.5 years later, that passive income check is over 20,000 monthly for their daughter and their grandkids. The Bible tells us that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And Trivorium truly gives us an opportunity to do that. This is why we call ourselves a better life company, because we offer people a way that they can save on travel, a way that they could earn free travel, but also a way that you could earn extra passive income, whether you're looking to just cover a couple bills every month, or if you're looking to make a life-changing passive income. Trivorium has all of that available for us. This is a business where you're always going to have help and support from your sponsor, the person that invites you to join Trivorium with them. We do guide you step by step. We teach you all of the strategies necessary for your success. We have Zoom webinars going on weekly that you can plug into, where you can learn how to use the booking platforms, where you can learn how to build a successful and profitable business for yourself within our company. So this is a business that you're building for yourself, but never alone. Please get back to the person that invited you to this Zoom webinar. They're going to send you their referral link. They're going to walk you through the quick registration process, and they're going to help you become a Trivorium member today. And again, you're going to have all of the help and all of the support that you could ever need. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to do a platform demonstration. 1 second here, where I'm going to show you guys how our booking platforms work. And We're going to go through all 4 platforms today. We're going to go through our travel sites. We're going to go through the world tours. We're going to go through the getaways, just because I want you guys to see how our booking platforms work. I want you guys to see the savings and the value that a Trivorium membership gives us. So I am going to share my screen and walk you through the platforms. So let me share my screen, and we're gonna go into part 2 of this Zoom. For those of you that are already partners, or for those of you that are just checking this out for the first time and you want to see how the platforms work and all of the savings and value that you get being a Trivorium member. So the first thing we're going to look at is our travel sites. We have 2 of them. We have the Legacy travel site, which is the old site, and we have the Trivorium Plus travel site, which is the new travel site. Now, just to make sure you guys can see my screen, right? Give me a thumbs up, a heart, comment in the chat box. I just want to make sure you guys can see my screen to make sure we're all on the same page here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is our old travel site, the Legacy travel site, how it works. And so you can see the difference between wholesale versus retail prices when we book travel. So this site works just like Expedia or Booking, but the huge difference is that we book at wholesale rates. So this is where you type in where you're going. And first, I'm going to show you guys a super, touristy destination, one of the top travel destinations in the United States, which is obviously Las Vegas. And then here we're going to put in our dates and do a search. So the way this travel site works is when we put in the destination and the dates, it's going to do a search for us and pull up all of the top deals and savings, where we can go and stay and save the most amount of money. So the first page, you're going to see savings of up to 88%. Then we have 66%, 61%. And this first page is going to have incredible deals, incredible savings. So I usually look at the first couple options because I want to save the most amount of money. So it's showing us that this Rio Hotel and Casino, which is a 4-star property, has a savings of up to 88%. So we're going to click on this one. And just like any other travel site, you could see where it's located. You could read all about it. You could see the photos of the property. You could see where it's located on the map. And once it loads, you're going to be able to see the different rooms available and how much they are. So we'll give it a second to load. So take a look at this. I could book a king bedroom with a strip view for $23.75, including tax. This is not per night, guys. This is not per person. This is for a 5-day, 4-night stay, and that's my total price, including tax. Notice when I click book now, my price does not change. So whatever prices we see on Trivorium, that's actually the price we're going to get. So I'm paying $5.94 average per night. Now I'm going to pull up this property on Google. So Rio Hotel in Las Vegas. And we're going to put in the same dates, and we'll find that same king room, with a view of the city, with the strip view. So same dates, same property. And here's that king suite with the strip view at $486. Now, going back to my price as a Trivorium member, my price is $23. Now, this does not include the resort fee, which is generally $30 to $50 additionally per night that I would pay at the property. But It's like, would you rather pay almost $500 or $24? And this is not including travel points. These are wholesale rates that we could book at any time, anywhere around the world. And I also get 3% cash back from this booking. And the way that I would apply this cash back on my future purchases is we have the slider bar right here where I could apply that cash back. So I don't really have too much because I just used my cash back. But whatever amount I did have, it now brought my price down to $7.99. So, how many of you have ever booked a trip to Las Vegas for $8 for 5 days at a really nice upscale 4-star property? I've just never seen this before anywhere. Now, I'm going to go back and show you maybe not so much of a touristy destination, somewhere where people wouldn't really be thinking about when they're booking travel. So, I'm going to put in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I happen to live. And now the site is loading. All right, here it is, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll leave the same exact dates. So when it's not such a touristy destination, the savings won't be as high. So they won't be up to like 80-90%, but you could still save anywhere from 20 to 50%. And you'll be able to see all of the best deals and savings right here on this first page. So let's take a look at this Westin in Charlotte. This is a 4-star property. Like any site, you could read all about it, look at the photos of the property, see where it's located on the map. And these are the rooms. And it's also important to pay attention when you are booking, if it's refundable or not. If it's green with a check mark, it is refundable, meaning that you could get a full refund up to a certain date. Some hotels or some rooms in particular are not refundable, which means that it doesn't matter if you're sick, dead, or dying, you are not going to get a refund. So just something to look out for when you are booking. So we're going to book this traditional room with a king bed. And again, notice my prices do not change. So whatever price we see, that's what we pay when we get to checkout. Now I'm going to pull up the same property on Google. So this was the Westin Charlotte, and I'll put in the same dates as well. Westin Charlotte. And I'm going to put in the same exact dates. And we're going to find the same exact room as well. So we're going to let this load, and we are looking for the king room that we have here through Trevorium. So same hotel, same exact dates. And Expedia's rate for that same traditional room with a king bed is $1,144. So it might not be as big of a savings as you can see in like a touristy, super popular travel destination, but you're still saving over $550. So you're still saving a significant amount of money, money that you could spend on a car rental or maybe on your airfare. So definitely a lot of savings. Now, sometimes people ask me if we have all-inclusive hotels and resorts, especially in like the Caribbean destinations. We absolutely do. And I am going to show you guys how to find those. So we'll look at one of my favorite places, Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. So you put in your destination, your dates, do a search. And then once it loads all of the properties, you can narrow down your search to find exactly what you're looking for. So if you're looking for an all-inclusive resort, you would just go to this filter setting and type in all inclusive. So all inclusive right there where it says property name. And then there's other filters as well. So you could put at least a 4-star property and above. You could put in, if you wanted to have a swimming pool or any of these other amenities that you're looking for. And then click show results, and it's only going to show you 4-star and above and only all-inclusive properties. So this is a 4-star, all-inclusive, with a savings of 53%. And again, you could look at all of the photos, where it's located on the map, and then the rooms are going to open up. So one important thing, if you are booking an all-inclusive hotel or resort, make sure that it says all-inclusive on the actual booking before you click book now, because some all-inclusive hotels and resorts, they have rooms that offer only breakfast or half board, but they're not actually all inclusive. You have to book all inclusive with like individual rooms. So these look like they're all inclusive, but just something to look out for if you want to make sure you're booking all inclusive. Make sure that it says that right here where you see the type of room you're booking. So we're going to click book now. And this is the total price for 2 adults for 5 days, all inclusive in the Dominican Republic. We're going to pull up the same property on Google. So this is Barcelo Bavero Palace. Barcelo Bavero Palace Punta Cana. And we're going to pull it up on Expedia and find the same room. So same dates here. This is the same property. And that same junior suite room is $1,769. Going back to my Trivorium wholesale price, it's $828. And again, I'm not using my travel points here. This is just where we could book at wholesale prices anytime we book travel anywhere around the world. So see right here where it tells me the retail rate is about $1,768. That's literally what it is. So usually the retail rate that they tell you it's going to be spot on. So I'm saving over 50%. And don't forget that I'm also earning 3% cash back from this booking. And I can apply that cash back right here on any of my future bookings within the next year to save even more. So of course, we also have flights here through Trivorium. There's no such thing as wholesale priced airfare, unfortunately. So whatever airfare companies give us, that's the inventory we have. Now, sometimes I was able to save on airfare, but not always. What we specialize in saving on is your accommodations. So your hotels, your resorts, car rentals, cruises, and activities as well. Now I'm also going to show you guys the new travel site, the Trivorium Plus travel site, because even though these are 2 travel sites through Trivorium, they're both very, very different and they work completely different. So the main search bar kind of works about the same, but I'll show you what's different. I'm going to go ahead and put in Las Vegas here as well. And I'll even put in the same dates just so you could see that it could be the same destination you're searching, the same dates, but it's going to have different inventory because both sites have different inventory. We're going to let that load. And then if you see right here, there's a chat box that opens up. This is an actual travel agent here that you could write a message to. You could ask questions. You could get help with your booking, and they're super helpful and very responsive. So the cool thing about this site is you don't even have to go on Google or other sites to compare prices because it's going to have the retail rates right on here. And again, this site works just like the other site. When you put in your destination and your dates, it's going to show you all of the best deals and all of the top savings first. So the first page is going to have the top savings from 30% going to 77%. And if you click public price, it's going to show you what the prices are on all the other sites. And every time I've checked, the prices are always spot on. So it's showing us here that Expedia and all the other sites have this hotel for $664. That's the public price. We're saving $370. Our price is $294 total, including taxes and fees. And then see right here, it says we earned 330 rewards credits. This is cash back that we're earning that we can use on our future bookings. So we can use these rewards credits next time we book something to save even more. Another cool thing that this travel site has is a section called weeks. We've got all of the weeks. We've got premium weeks, which are luxury, only 4 and 5 star weeks. My favorite section is weeks under $500, because it's not very often that you're going to find 5 to 8 day stays for less than $500 total. And again, you're not using your travel points here. These are just wholesale prices. And I'm going to put in just the United States alone. Check this out. We have over 13,000 weeks of travel that we could book just in the United States alone for under $500. So a ton of inventory here. I've already booked through this platform. I highly suggest it. I feel like at these prices, I could literally be traveling all the time. And I'll show you how it works. So you just click on a property that you're interested in. This is an oceanfront property. This is a Wyndham in Daytona Beach, Florida. We're going to give it a second to load. And there's different weeks that you could book, different dates, but also different rooms. So there's a 1-bedroom that accommodates 4 people, or there's a 2-bedroom that accommodates 8 people. So this is really, really cool that you could book different weeks, different dates, and even different rooms. So we're going to pull up this property on Google, and we're gonna look up the same week and the same kind of room just to see, what the retail rate for this property is. So Daytona Beach, Wyndham, and we're gonna put in the same dates here. And we're gonna look for a 2-bedroom because that's what I have right here. 2-bedroom, sleeps 8. And for these 5 days, my wholesale rate is $454. Now we're going to go on Expedia, and we've got the same dates, the same property, and we're going to find a 2-bedroom. So here it is. On Expedia, it's $988, and they're telling us that this is with a discount of $300. So they're making it look like a super great deal, but we could literally book it for half the price. And we're not even using our travel points on this, guys. And then another cool section here is Marketplace. This is an online hotel and resort booking auction. So I'm going to give it a minute to load. And we'll put in the United States. So this is where we could book week-long stays, 7 nights, 8 days, for really incredible wholesale prices. And it'll show you what the best rate is for a week-long stay. But of course, you could also look at all of the weeks available. So this one right here, this is a 5-star property, and there's 95 different weeks available. and it's showing us the best week is $600 and for this 7 night 8 day stay. They also have different rooms sometimes, so you could book a 2 bedroom for $600 at this property this particular week. Now, if I like this price, I could click rent now and book it for this price. Or I could also place a bid and put in my own offer on how much I'm willing to pay for this hotel. So I could put in, let's say, $200, and I would have to agree here that if my offer is accepted, I have to pay this amount and book this trip. So if I were to check this off and click submit offer, they would get back to me within 48 hours and let me know if my offer is accepted, if my offer is not accepted, or if they have a counter offer for me. So they could get back to me and tell me, you know what, we can't do 200, but we could do 400. And then it would be totally up to me whether I accept their counter offer or not. But for reference, we're gonna pull up this property. This one is called Summer Bay, Orlando. All right, let me go here. My computer is not cooperating with me today. All right, Summer Bay, Orlando. And we're going to put in the same dates that we have here. So the 2 bedroom, November 14th through the 21st. So November 14th through the 21st, we'll pull it up on Expedia, and we're gonna look at the same week long stay, 7 nights, 8 days. And we're gonna look at the 2 bedroom. So the 2 bedroom is $1,609 on Expedia. And my price, if I go back to Marketplace, I could book it for $600. And again, if I want to place a bid, I could book it for even less than $600 if my bid is accepted. So that is just absolutely incredible. So Marketplace is your online hotel and resort booking auction. Now we're going to go to our World Tours and Getaways. So this is where we use our travel points that we get every single month as a member. And we use our points on these 2 websites, on these 2 platforms. So we're gonna look at World Tours first. And this platform works kind of like a calendar where you select the month when you want to take a trip. And every month of the year, you're going to see anywhere from 6 to 20 different options on where you can go and all the different trips you can book with your travel points. So one that I am looking at booking is this Trump International Resort in Miami Beach, Florida. I just got back from a vacation. We were on a cruise, and then we were in Miami for 5 days, and I absolutely love Miami. So I'm looking at this world tour right now. This is one of the trips I could book with my points. It's a deluxe room with an ocean view. I could look at all of the photos of the property here, see what the rooms look like, see what the amenities look like. And I could read all about it here. So this is a 4-star hotel. It is on the beach, and all of my taxes and resort fees are included. So if I have enough travel points, which I do, to book this trip, once I apply my points, my price is $499. So let's do some math here. Now, to be honest, I'm not a math person, so I am pulling out my calculator. And we're gonna do 1,820 points. That's the amount of points I need to book this trip at this price. We're gonna divide that by the 270 points I get every month. So that's 6.7 months, And since we can't do like 0.7, I'll just do 7 months. So for 7 months, I've been setting aside 135 as a platinum member. And I've set aside $945. Now, once I've added my travel points, then I'm going to add $499, and the trip would cost me $1,444. Now, if you've referred 3 customers to Trivorium like I have, you're not paying anything for your travel points. So when you apply your travel points here on the slider bar, this is the price you're actually paying because the points are not costing you anything out of pocket. And that's really the best part about all of this. But let's say that you're a new member, you just joined, and you don't have enough travel points, right? You haven't accumulated enough. Or maybe you've already used up all of your travel points on another trip. You could book this trip with no points applied whatsoever at about the same price. So it was like $1,440 if I was using my points. And I'm not paying that all up front. I've just been setting aside my $135 monthly, and then all I had to pay was $499. But if I don't have points, this is my wholesale rate, $1,409. Now I'm going to go on Google and we'll pull up the same property and the same dates. So Trump International Beach Resort, and we'll put in the same weeks. So this is April 15th to the 19th. Let me get to April here. So same exact dates, we'll pull it up and we're gonna find the same exact room as well, just to make sure we're comparing apples to apples. So here is that same property, same exact dates. I pulled it up on Expedia. And now we're looking for the same room. So with my world tour, this is a deluxe room with ocean views. So I'm looking for the deluxe room with ocean views. So on Expedia, the price is $2,416. So even if I don't have points and I'm booking at the wholesale rate, I'm automatically saving $1,000. But again, if I do use my travel points and I've referred my 3 customers, this trip is going to cost me $499. Now, we also have a second booking platform where we could use our travel points. That platform is called Getaways, and it works very differently from the world tours. This one, you put in where you'd like to go and the month when you want to go, and it'll show you all of the options. So an important thing to note is when it opens up, you're going to see Getaways Plus, which is not the initial site. So the actual initial site is Getaways Plus, which is what automatically opens up when you click on Getaways. This is 100,000 additional weeks of travel that the company recently added. So I always check both because even though they're both Getaways, they still have different inventory. So it might be different properties, it might be different dates, and it might even be different prices. So always check both. And then here you're going to put in where you're going. So for example, you could search the entire country and just look at all of the options in the United States that you could book. But I don't want to look through 430 plus thousand places. So you could also narrow it down by state. And you could even narrow it down by, what part of that state you're traveling to. So let's say I'm traveling to the East Coast in Florida, and I want to take this trip next summer. So I want to go in June of 2026. You're going to do a search, and this is going to pull up hundreds, if not thousands, of properties that I could book with my travel points. Now, you're going to see travel trips starting with $0.00. Now, that doesn't mean that these trips are free. It just means my travel points completely cover the whole stay. So I have 2 nights that I could completely cover with my points, 3 nights. And I always go on filters here just to make it easier to find what I'm looking for. And I like to put in weekly stays because I want to see where I could go for 7 nights, 8 days, and take full advantage of my travel points. So then you click show results, and it's going to pull up everywhere that you could go for an entire week-long stay. And it starts from as little as $50. Why? Because 94% of my travel points cover this stay. Now, the other cool thing about the Getaways platform, besides how flexible it is with where you want to go and when you want to go, you could also book timeshare properties here. So these are not just hotels and resorts, but there's a lot of properties you could book, anywhere from a studio to a 4 bedroom. And you could read a little bit about the property. You could look at photos of the property. I always tell people to get on Google and read reviews, look at photos, do your due diligence. I don't know about you guys, but I like to know exactly where I'm staying. So I always do my research. It'll show you where it's located on the map. And there's going to be different room options. So I could book a studio that has a partial kitchen, comfortably fits 2 adults, or I could book a 2 bedroom. It's a 2 bed, 2 bath, full kitchen, comfortably accommodates 6 adults. Another studio here, I could book a 1 bedroom to accommodate 4 people. And you could find anywhere from a studio to a 4 bedroom. And this is all live inventory, by the way. So these options, these properties, the prices, the room types, this all changes constantly. So it could change, daily. It could also change hourly. So it's all live booking, it's all live inventory. If you're not finding what you're looking for, check back in a couple hours or check back in a couple days, and maybe you'll find exactly what you're looking for. But this right here, this is a 2 bedroom. So let's say I want to book, a bigger place, maybe to take my kids, maybe my in-laws with me, and we want to have some more space. So this property has the space to accommodate 6 adults. It has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a full kitchen, living room, dining room area. And if I use my travel points, which this trip requires 1,500 points, then I am paying $281. 1,500 points is about 5.5 months of my accumulated travel points as a platinum member. So again, let's do the math here, and see what this trip would cost me with and without points. So if I'm paying 135, right, I'm setting this money aside monthly, times 5 months plus $67 for that half of a month. I've set aside $742 over the course of the last 5.5 months. And again, I'm terrible with math, so I am using a calculator. Now, after my travel points are applied here, I'm going to pay $281 for the tax and the fees. So the total of this trip, it's going to cost me $1,023. But let's say that I don't have travel points. I'm a brand new Trivoria member. I haven't yet accumulated my points, or I've already spent all of them. I could also book at the wholesale rate, and that's going to be a little bit more than if I booked with points, but still a really great wholesale price. I could book it for $1,091. Now we're going to look up this property on Google, and we're going to put in the same dates. So this one was World Mark Sea Gardens. Here it is. And we're going to put in the same dates. So I was looking at next summer, June 5th for a week-long stay, 7 nights, 8 days. And we're going to find that same 2-bedroom room that we have right here for the same exact week. So here it is on Expedia, same exact date, same property. Another hack is I always like to go on Expedia or Booking to look at additional photos of the property. And then we're gonna find the same room. So this was a 2-bedroom that we're booking. So the 2-bedroom is $2,010 through Expedia. So again, going back to my wholesale rate, even if I'm not booking with travel points, let's say I don't have any points, I'm still saving, $920 booking it at my wholesale rate. But of course, if I do use my points, this is a really sweet price here, $281. Because I'm not paying that $1,000 up front. I've just been setting it aside monthly, maybe not even noticing that I'm setting it aside in my travel savings piggy bank, and then paying $281 once those 5.5 months of points are applied. But if, like me, you've referred 3 customers to Trivorium, your travel points don't cost you anything. So you're paying $281 for this 8-day stay. And again, this is a timeshare property. This is literally like an entire apartment, and it's a 2-bed, 2-bath property that comfortably accommodates 6 adults. So that's a quick demonstration of our 4 booking platforms. And now I'm happy to take any questions. If anybody has any questions on the booking platforms, or maybe somebody that's taking a look at our opportunity for the first time, and there's something that maybe didn't make sense, feel free to ask your questions. You could turn on your mics, you could type your question up in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
I have a question regarding bids. How quick would you find out if your offer get accepted? Is it right away, or you have to? How long you have to wait?
So it's up to 48 hours. And from the bids that I've placed, it's always been different. Sometimes I got a response within 30 minutes. Sometimes I got a response within 46 hours. So it depends on the individual property, but you should get a response within 48 hours.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else have any other questions? I see in the chat box, Lenova asked if we have inventory in Indiana. I'm pretty sure we do. I think we've got all of the states. So get back to the person who invited you to Trivorium, your sponsor, and they're gonna be able to check on Indiana for you to hopefully find you what you're looking for. I see somebody said in the chat that their timeshare property was 66,000, and they didn't even use it through Hilton, so this is super cheap. I totally agree. So we actually booked the world tour to Trump International Beach Resort this year. It feels like last year. Goodness, I just travel too much. We usually take a trip every maybe month or 2 months. So this year for Memorial Day, basically the weekend before Memorial Day, we booked the world tour to the Trump International Beach Resort. We paid $400 after applying our points. And again, because I did refer 3 customers, my points don't cost me anything. So it was a $400 stay. And then we booked 7 nights, 8 days through the Getaways platform. We booked one of the Wyndham timeshare properties. This was an oceanfront property. We had 2 beds, 2 baths, a full kitchen, living room, dining room. It was my husband and I with our 2 kids. We took my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law with me. So it did fit all six of us comfortably because the living room also has a sleeper sofa. And we paid $130 after applying our travel points. The crazy thing was when I was at the beach on Memorial Day, I was walking back to the hotel and I was washing off my feet, from the sand. And I met a woman there that owns a timeshare with Wyndham. And so I just asked her, how she was doing. And she was like, "Oh, I'm doing great. It's Memorial Day and I'm at the beach, so like it doesn't get better than that." And we just started chatting, and I asked her how much she paid for her stay. And so she told me she has a timeshare that she bought 15 years ago for $350,000. She is in a contract for 30 years, so she's got 15 more years to go, and she pays $600 a month in maintenance fees to take care of this timeshare property. And they can only book 2 weeks a year. And they're not able to book, any dates they want to. They're like particular dates. And so I asked her, I said, being that it's Memorial Day, how far in advance did you have to book your stay? She was like, "We booked 13 months ago." And I was like, "Oh, wow. That's over a year in advance that you had to book." She was like, "Oh, yeah, it fills up really quickly for holidays." And she asked me how far in advance I booked. And I said, "I booked maybe 3 weeks ago." And she was like, "What? How?" She was like, "What kind of a timeshare do you own and how much did you pay?" I was like, "Well, I've actually never owned a timeshare." I was like, "I'm just part of an amazing travel savings program where I earn travel points every month and I can exchange them for stays in timeshare properties just like this one all around the world." And she was like, "Well, how much did that cost you?" And I said 370. And she's like, 370K? I was like, "No, $370. And the look on her face, I mean, she was blown away, and also super aggravated too. And she was like, "Well, how much did you pay for this stay?" I was like, 130. She's like, 130 per night, per person. I said $130 for 7 nights, 8 days. And she goes, "Well, you must have like some really crappy room, maybe like a studio or something." I was like, "No, we've got the 2 bed, 2 bath. What kind of room do you have?" She was like, "I have the 2 bed, 2 bath." And she was like, "You paid $130 for 8 days." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I don't believe you." So I pulled it out because they emailed me the confirmation. I pulled it out and I showed her. And she was literally blown away. She was like, "I've never seen prices like this anywhere before." She was like, "You can't even book the cheapest motel in this part of Florida for $130." And she was like, "Can you share this information with my kids?" Because they couldn't afford a timeshare. They don't have 350K like we did to invest. And they don't want to be in a contract for 30 years like we are. And they don't have the money to pay $600 monthly maintenance fees. I was like, "Yeah, of course, give me your daughter's number. I would be more than happy to send the info to her." And she was like, "Well, how much are you paying monthly?" I said, "Well, I would have been paying $135 a month, but I'm not paying anything." And I was just like super careful because I really, I really didn't want to ruin her day. And she was like, "What do you mean you're not paying anything?" I said, "Well, we also have a referral program where if we refer other people that want to save on travel, our company actually covers that 135 a month for us." And she was like, "That is insane. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way this is possible." She was like, "So you're telling me that I invested $350,000. I have 15 years to go. I pay $600 a month in maintenance fees. I had to book this place 13 months in advance, whereas you paid $370 one time. You're not paying anything for the monthly maintenance fees. You literally booked like 2 or 3 weeks ago on Memorial Day week, and you have the same exact room type that I have. She was like, this is unbelievable. So that's just one of my stories from just one of my trips that we took this year with our points. And that's why I love doing these platform demonstrations, because, sometimes people tell me this sounds too good to be true. And I tell them that's because it literally is too good to be true. And that's why I'm doing the demonstration to show you. Let's see.
Hey, Sophia.
Yeah, I was checking the chat. Sorry about that.
No problem. Hey, Sophia, Randy Rogers in Kansas City. You just laid out an incredible demonstration here. I'm ready to sign up all over again. But I noticed in the chat, and this is probably a great question, can you address your cruise savings from your cruise that you took, please?
Yes. So we just got, I'm sorry, I've got allergies. So I've got a little bit of a sore throat and a cough thing going on. We just got back from a cruise on Saturday. We were on the MSC World America, the newest and biggest MSC cruise ship, which we absolutely loved. This was actually our first family cruise. Because I was always worried about motion sickness. My husband and one of my kids get motion sickness sometimes, like in the car on road trips and stuff. So I was really worried about that. And we stocked up on the motion sickness medicine. We stocked up on the motion sickness bracelets. And believe it or not, we did not even have to use that stuff because we didn't even feel the motion. Like, this ship is so huge that it felt like we were at a huge hotel that was on water but wasn't even moving. So we had an amazing time. So we booked a room for $4,000. This was a balcony room, and we included the all-inclusive package. It gave us Wi-Fi for 2 devices, and it gave us all-inclusive with the drinks. So like the specialty coffee drinks, all of the cappuccinos, the lattes, the smoothies, the fresh squeezed juice, any cocktails that we ordered. I've got 2 kids. I have a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old boy, and they love their pina coladas. So they would literally have like 8 or 10 pina coladas a day. And so it was totally worth it to add the all-inclusive drink package, because it comes out to $36 a day per person. Whereas if you're buying 1 pina colada, you're going to pay like $20 for just that one drink. So that was the balcony room, the best room in the house. When I checked MSC, Expedia, Booking, other sites, it was almost $5,000 for the same exact thing. So we saved $1,000 on the cruise. And then after the cruise, we booked 4 nights in Miami Beach, Florida. Our friends, by the way, were on the cruise with us. They booked the interior cabin, and for 4 people, 2 adults, 2 kids, through Trivorium. This was on the new travel site, the Platinum Plus travel site. They paid $2,500, but that was the interior room, and that included the all-inclusive package as well. And then my friend also took her brother and his wife on the cruise, and they were not in Trivorium. Obviously, they're joining now once they saw, the deals and the savings that we offer. But they were able to get a room for her brother, and he saved a ton of money on his room. And he saw that his sister also got 3% cash back from the booking. And he was like, I'm missing out because I'm saving money, but I could have also earned cash back on this booking to use on my future bookings. And so she was able to book for her brother, who's obviously joining Trivorium as well, now that he knows that there's a better way to book travel. So after the cruise, we booked 4 nights in Miami. We booked the Hilton Cabana. It's a 4-star oceanfront property, really beautiful hotel. And for 4 nights through our legacy travel site, the old travel site, we paid $550 total, including the resort fee. Now, on all of the other sites, the price was between $1,200 to $1,500. And this is Miami. And you're not gonna book a 4-star oceanfront property in Miami with 2 queen beds with the ocean view for $550. And again, that was not even using my travel points. This was on the Legacy Travel site at the wholesale rate. So we saved combined over $2,000 on just that last trip alone that we took. So even if Trivorium, didn't give us travel points, I would have saved way more off of just one trip that I would have paid for my entire membership for the year. But obviously, my husband and I both have memberships. Neither of us pay for them because we both referred at least three customers. And we're also now making money and building a business in Trivorium. I was able to replace my full-time income as a realtor. And so now I'm building a global business, just literally sharing the benefits and the savings with others. So that's just a little bit about the last trip we took. If any of you have never taken a cruise and you're worried about, motion sickness or worried about how you're going to like it, I highly recommend you take a cruise. We loved the MSC World America cruise ship, and we're going to get the best prices on anything we book. So might as well book that trip. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Hi, Sophia. My name is Margarita. How to get that recording? Do you have recording for this?
For the Zoom? No,
Zoom, yes.
I did not do a recording because I was doing a live platform demonstration. And because the inventory changes all the time, we're not allowed to post like a demonstration of the prices. Because, for example, if I booked the hotel for the one I showed, for example, in Las Vegas for $23, and then someone else books it tomorrow for, let's say, $30, they're going to be like, well, that's not the price I just saw. But inventory is ever changing. So when I do a platform demonstration, I don't record the Zooms.
I understand some people, they want to see how it works, the system, it's not, I know price is changing all the time, but it's really, people don't believe me when I said it's, but I don't know how to tell them that it's really true,
One thing you can do is you can log into your Trivorium account when you're hanging out with your friends or your family members, and you can show them the platforms just like I just showed you tonight. So some people, they really have to see it to believe it because the deals and savings are so amazing. So I recommend for the people that maybe don't believe you, or like I mentioned, say that this looks and sounds too good to be true, show them that it is too good to be true.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. And then I see 2 people have their hands raised. Marina. I think you muted your microphone because I see you, but I can't hear you.
Okay. I don't know. I tried to. Okay. Hi.
Okay. I think, okay, I heard you and now you're muted again for some reason.
Inspire therapy, a proven sleep apnea.
All right. Let me.
Hi, this is Vanessa. I just wanted to, since Marina is having a little bit of trouble, is this a good forum for me to ask a question about the incentive trip that's in our back office?
Yeah, sure. So the incentive trip is a trip that we get when we become a Trivorium member, when we get a titanium or platinum membership. I was going to show you the incentive trip and I totally forgot. It just slipped my mind. So
Sure.
you can find the incentive trip on your back office under membership services. If you click incentive trip, and it's going to tell you here that this trip is through a company called Redeem Vacations, meaning that this trip, it has nothing to do with Trivorium. You're not booking it through Trivorium. This is a company that we have a contract with in order to offer this trip. So then you can click on view locations, and we have 39 different countries or 32 different cities and states in the US that you can choose from. Hold on one second. Somebody has their mic on. So if you have your mic on and you're not asking a question, if you could please mute your mic, that would be great, just so everyone can hear the information. So 39 different countries or 32 different cities and states in the US. If you're booking your incentive trip in the US, you're going to get 3 nights, 4 days. If you book Hawaii, you get 5 nights, 6 days. Other countries, you're going to get anywhere from 4 to 7 nights. And another thing to keep in mind is when you click on some of these countries, there's going to be more than one city that you can choose from. So for example, in Thailand, you can book Bangkok for 5 days, or you could book Consumai, Thailand for 8 days. You could book Phuket for 8 days. You could book Pattaya for 6 days. So in order to book the incentive trip, you would click select this location once you decide on where it is you want to go. And immediately you're going to get an email that says, congratulations, you've booked your incentive trip through Redeem Vacations. Click here to activate. So if you accidentally clicked select this location, don't worry. You haven't used your trip. You haven't booked anything at all. Once you click activate this trip and pay your taxes, then you've actually activated the trip and chosen your trip. So when you pay your tax, you're going to get a choice of 2 to 4 hotels. So I tell people this is not something where you get any hotel or any resort that you want. They're going to give you a choice of 2 to 4 hotels and resorts. And once you've selected your hotel or resort, they're going to give you the date options. So it's going to be like a calendar that's going to show you the availability, and you can choose your dates. So for the incentive trip, you can book it 2 weeks after getting a membership. So on your 15th day of becoming a member, you're not paying anything for your stay, for the accommodation. You're only paying your tax for the stay. And also keep in mind, you have to book this trip at least 1 month before you go. So if you want to book Consumai, Thailand for next week, you won't be able to do that. You've got to book at least a month out. So again, it's not going to be any hotel. It's whatever hotels that they give us. And the dates are subject to availability. So if you know that you for sure want to go to that destination, I would suggest booking sooner than later, because the earlier you book and secure your date, the more likely you are to get the dates you want.
Thank you. And I just have a follow-up question to this. I have not yet used my incentive trip. Do I have a time limit in which I have to do that if I have not yet selected something?
So the company says that typically we have 18 months to use it. The only reason they say that is because we don't know how long we're going to have a contract with Redeem Vacations to offer this trip. So at any point, they could be like, we don't want to offer this to Trivorium. So they could take that, option away from us. So that's why they say you want to use it up within 18 months. But I've been a Trivorium member since Halloween Day, almost 3 years ago. And my husband has a membership too. We've used his incentive trip. We haven't used mine yet. And if I wanted to, I could still book mine now.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, once you pay your taxes, though, they do generally give you 18 months to use the trip. So if you activated it and you've paid your taxes, you want to make sure you take that trip, just so you don't lose your money that you paid. And then the other thing about the incentive trip, if you're booking in the Caribbean, like Mexico or the Dominican, sometimes they'll send you an email and offer an all-inclusive package that you can add for about $100. Keep in mind that if you add the all-inclusive package, if you're booking in the Caribbean, you are going to have to go to a mandatory timeshare presentation. That's why they give you such a great deal on the all-inclusive. So if you don't mind sitting through a presentation for 2 to 3 hours where they try to sell you the worst deal possible, then totally go for it. If you don't want to sit through one of those, just don't add the all-inclusive package. And also, if you do add the all-inclusive to your incentive trip, you have to be at least 30 years old. You have to have a certain credit score and a certain annual income. So those are some important things to keep in mind with the incentive trip as well. I see, Marina, your hand is still raised. Can you try to unmute your mic again and ask your question?
Yeah, I just have a question. It's not related to Travorium or whatever. It's just about your trip, last cruise. How old kids can be on this cruise? Because we said it's new ship, right?
So
Like I have 2 years and 5 years.
oh, they
You
would.
said you're talking about kids club yesterday. So
Mhm.
how did they have for any ages or just certain ages?
So they do have kids club there. Let me check because I do have a picture of the ages just from when we were on the ship. So they have a kids club 3 to 6 years old. That's
Okay.
where my 6-year-old was, and he loved it. They did a lot of
Okay.
games, crafts, activities. They fed him lunch and dinner. And then for teenagers, and then they have from 8 years old to 12, and then teenagers from 13 to I think 16. So they have a teens club too, where it's very different. They play video games and they go to the water park and do different things. Both of my kids loved the kids club and the teens club, and they gave my husband and I some time to go to the spa and enjoy the sauna and the amenities there.
Okay, thank you so much.
There are 2 more people with their hands raised. Joyce.
Yes, hi. I wanted to know, where did the cruise start off at?
So our cruise started from Miami, and then it went to Puerto Plata in the Dominican. Then it went to San Juan, Puerto Rico. And then the last stop was, I think, Coco Cay in the Bahamas, which is MSC's private island. So all of the places were beautiful. I think my favorite was Coco Cay, the private island, because it was just breathtakingly beautiful. So it was a 7-night, 8-day cruise, and it sailed out from Miami.
So was it like 2 nights per stop?
So we had sea days and then the island days. So the first day we were just at sea. And we enjoyed the pools, the water park. My husband and I went to the spa that we added for $130 per person for the week, while the kids were at Kids Club and Teens Club. And then the second day it stopped at Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic for the whole day. And they had a water park that we could stay at, or we could go somewhere to explore. So we explored the city, and then we took a taxi to the beach for the rest of the day. Then the next day, the third day, it stopped in in Puerto Rico, and again, in Puerto Rico, you could do whatever you want. We did a city tour. They do offer through the cruise line different tours and activities. We just kind of like to do our own thing. So we did a city tour and then went to the beach for literally the whole rest of the day. And then we had 2 days at sea. The 6th day, we stopped in the Bahamas for the whole day from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. And then the 7th day the 8th day we were already back. So 7th night we sailed back all night, and then on Saturday the ship arrived at 7 a.m. Back in Miami.
Okay. And you said, because see, I have vertigo too.
Mm-hmm.
And so you said you didn't feel nothing?
I did not feel anything. So my 6-year-old and my husband, they don't have vertigo, but they do get really bad motion sickness. Even on car rides, if it's like over 2 hours of a road trip, my 6-year-old will be throwing up. Like he gets severe motion sickness. And that's one of the reasons that we always, didn't want to take a cruise, because we were worried about the motion sickness. But
Right.
this cruise ship is so big. And I did hear from a lot of people that the bigger the cruise ship, the less you're going to feel the motion. And then it also depends on the kind of room you have, like what floor it's on. And if it's like in the middle of the ship, you'll feel the motion less than if it's at the end or, in the beginning of the ship. So our room was in the middle, and we did not feel motion sickness at all. My 6-year-old didn't get sick a single time. Absolutely no throwing up, thank God. And my husband, who also gets motion sickness, even like on a dolphin cruise that we took in Miami last year, he was throwing up like crazy. But on the cruise, he didn't get sick and didn't throw up at all.
Yeah, I know we went on the Spirit of Chicago, right? And as long as we were sitting down eating, I was fine. And then the boat started to turn, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, and you said you got bracelets?
We did. On Amazon, we got these motion sickness bracelets. They kind of look like the old school, like the cloth, hair ties. And they're supposed to help with motion sickness. So we stocked up on those and the motion sickness medicine. I think it's called Dramamine or something like that. But we didn't have to use either or. We didn't use the medicine or the motion sickness bracelets at all.
Okay, and that ship was what was the name of that ship?
That was MSC World America.
MSC World?
MSC. That's the cruise line, and the ship was World America.
All right. Thank you so much. You did a great job.
Thank you. And I love the cruise so much. And I've shared about it with so many people that are now booking a cruise on this ship. I need to contact MSC and see if they're gonna pay me a commission for all these referrals or something. I'm just kidding. But we did have an amazing time. Highly recommend it. And then I see Gisela, also, you have your hand up for a question.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just wondering, do you do these kind of presentations every week where you do live comparisons and explain every platform and everything that you went through today?
Yes, I do it every week.
And they're only on Fridays? Or do you have any other days?
So I do different days of the week. Normally I do them on Wednesdays. So today I'm filling in for Todd, and I'm just doing it the way that I normally do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much. It was a really nice and informative presentation. I really liked it and learned lots. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I'm also checking the chat box for any questions. Somebody asked, do you have to be married to use the incentive trip? No. If you're booking the incentive trip, it allows you to book it for 4 people, 2 adults, 2 kids. But if you're booking the all-inclusive, like if you're booking Mexico or Dominican and you're adding the all-inclusive package, in order to add the all-inclusive package, you do have to be married, just because they make you sit through a timeshare presentation. But if you're just booking the incentive trip and you're not doing the all-inclusive, they're not going to check. You don't have to be married. You don't have to sit through a timeshare presentation. And it's really great because you get anywhere from a 4 to 8 day stay, and all you're going to pay is your tax. Somebody asked how they can attend my Zoom. I'm going to see if Todd can maybe post that somewhere for people to be able to get my Zoom link. And then I'll take one last question before we close out the Zoom. I see Wanda has her hand raised.
Yes, hi. Sophia, you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. I haven't taken my incentive trip yet, and I'm going to take it. My daughter also has a membership as well, so we want to take. Well, I guess we can take two other people with that because she wants me to take someone else added to one other person that I have, so we can 4 people can actually go.
Oh yeah, 4 people could go. I have partners that are, not married and just wanted to go with family members or friends, and they picked 4 people comfortably because they would get their room with 2 queen beds or with the like a king bed and a sleeper sofa.
Okay. The other thing too, I think we're taking 2 people, and she wanted to know if one other person can go. So if we're doing this incentive trip, we can have another person as well.
You mean booking 2 incentive trips like at once?
Yeah, she's going to book one. I'm going to book one. We're going to the same place, and we're going to take a person, but she wants another person to go.
So the thing with the incentive trip is you never know what hotel you're gonna get. So I don't suggest trying to book like the same incentive trip at the same time. To use 2 of them at once, because I have a friend from Washington that booked her incentive trip to Hawaii, and she booked with one of her friends at the same time, but they had different hotel options. And if they find out that you're booking with other people through the incentive trip at the same time, then they might not allow you to book the incentive trip. So that's just part of Redeem Vacations rules. Again, it has nothing to do with Trevorium because it's not a booking through Trevorium. It's just an additional, perk and benefit that the membership gives us. So I would suggest using one incentive trip at a time to make sure you guys are staying at the same place and you can comfortably fit 4 people.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep. And then last question I'll address. Joe asked me to speak on managing your points to maximize travel savings. So I would suggest save up, 5.5 to 6.5 months of your points, because it's really awesome when you use your points to cover most, if not all, of your trip. We've booked trips where after applying 5.5 months of points on getaways, all we paid was literally our tax. So if you can save up your points, that's what I would suggest doing. And all of the trips require a different amount of points. So getaways, most of them require 5.5 months of points. World tours, I've seen 4.5 months to 6.5 months. So they all require a different amount of points. And there's no like set value to what each point is worth, just because sometimes you can save hundreds of dollars and sometimes you can save thousands of dollars. So just, check the place where you're going to see, if you're getting the best possible deal with your points. That would be my suggestion, because sometimes the value of the points is a lot more on some of the trips. And definitely it's best to not just use whatever points you have and pay the rest, but save up your points and then just pay whatever minimal amount is left after you've applied your points. That would be my suggestion. All right, guys. Well, it is almost 10 p.m. Eastern here, so I'm going to let you all go. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this presentation and demonstration was helpful, and I hope you all have a wonderful night and an amazing weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Sofiya.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Great job. Thank you.
Great job, Sofiya.
Thanks, Sofiya. Great job. Appreciate you.
This party.
Yeah.
There were 2.
Thank you, Sofiya.